Dying Light is a game I knew very little of, which of course after spending a couple hours playing, it changed. But with that lack of knowledge and preparation for being a new player to the game, I was severely unprepared for how horrific and downright disturbing the content of this game was. However, the elements of this game were quite unique, and is by far the most morbidly intriguing atmosphere I've honestly ever experienced in any zombie horror game I've ever played. However, I can't quite put my finger on what makes this game so uniquely scary. Is it the nightmaric sound design, grotesque visuals and storytelling, the adrenaline-inducing fear of being chased, these horrific designs? Like, Jesus Christ, what part of hell did you come out of? Join me on this Halloween night on a dark and nightmare-inducing journey of discovering exactly what makes Dying Light so terrifying. Techland's game designer, Maciek Bukowski, did a kick-ass job making the surreal soundscape of the fictional map of Haran, a city once filled with life bustling along the streets packed with cars, some filled with overcrowded shops, and people just trying to get by day to day with their ordinary lives. That all links to a brief moment of sense of comfort and safety. But those senses were ripped away when the Haran virus spread through the city and turned into a completely abandoned and destroyed quarantine zone, replacing the comfort of the ambient life with a new sense of dread, uneasiness, and loneliness, where the only things you can hear are the grunts and yells of the zombies far and close to you, and the never-ending sound of the wind that surrounds you. However, from that brief description, you only get a mere fraction of the view for how creepy the city is, as during the day, when you traverse through the slums, you're accompanied with some music that softens the feeling of loneliness and fear. But when you're in the building with the sounds and creaks of ambiances like in the warehouse, is quite eerie. Or when traversing the building looking for loot, hearing the sounds of the creaks mixed with the sounds of the dead banging on the locked doors is off the charts of level shit-breaking scariness. While recording footage for this video, I bumped into a baby zombie. Yeah, a fucking baby zombie. And well, don't worry, I took care of that fucking little shit very quickly.
Mission accomplished. Good work.
Now moving on from that, the sound of the sewers of Haran are also quite eerie. These various settings and areas that you can find yourself in or traversing through the map is quite creepy, but not quite terrifying. As like I said, the music helps suppress the feeling of not only loneliness, but also fear, as during the day, the zombies are pretty slow and, well, dumb. And the virals, while being scary to encounter the first time, get pretty easy to counter. And the best way to avoid getting jumped by some of these creepy baby zombies by just shushing it, or, well, like how I did in the last clip, throwing a fucking grenade at it. It completely removes the horror elements and adds a sense of almost, well, humor to it. However, with the sun going down and the night rising, the fear factor that is relatively suppressed from the day comes fully unloose and is just as scary as it is when you run out of power in Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, according to interviewer by GamesDeveloper.com, interviewing Maciek and discussing the game's early development, Maciek goes on to talk about how before the game became what it was, the team had, quote, iterated a lot. At first, it was just visuals, and then we thought, well, it's kind of nice, but I feel like we could do more. If it didn't change anything, why bother? So at some point we said, what if we make you the man during the day, and when night comes, you're fucked? And yes, the fuck part of the quote shouldn't be accompanied with a question mark, as the answer is definitely yes, you're fucked during the nighttime. For starters, the normal slow zombies can fucking run, and the spawn rate of the virals is increased. Then you gotta scrap with these nearly indestructible fucking zombies called volatiles. Seriously, these motherfuckers got some fucking titanium embedded into their bodies or something, because your guns practically do fuck all to volatiles.
Okay, I want to try and kill one of these volatiles with a shotgun. That's my goal. Come here, run your life, boy. Come here.
What did you say, nigga?
Like, I can't tell you how many times I've mag dumped these fuckers. And also, good luck swinging your melee weapon in the middle of the night and using your flashlight that alerts the whole fucking population of Haran to your location. Now, the icing on top of this horrific cake is that the night also invites other variant zombies that players can use. Techland added a PvP mode to the game where random fucking players can raid your servers as a zombie. Like, thanks guys. It's not like I was already running for my life 5 seconds ago from volatiles.
Man. Fuck out of here, boy. Come here. Man, I'll run your way. Yeah. Motherfucker. Get on me. Oh god. I see you, Marshall. Man, you ain't ass. Oh. Come here. No, come on over here. Come on over here. Yeah, you keep running, boy.
Now, before I continue on with how scary the night zombies are, I want to quickly explain how the atmosphere in the night is scary. First, you can't see for shit. You have to run around this bright ass flashlight that is basically a beacon to your location to all the zombies in the area. Second, there is zero music. It is completely silent. Well, silence accompanied with the sounds of the dead and the wind. Which composer Pavel Błaszczyk said in an interview, night was supposed to be quiet and we had to build that silence. And when it is quiet, even a piece of paper carried by the wind can fright you. After various discussions and tests, we agreed on this direction. Once more, we added a single continuous sound that is present always when it's night in the game. It's hard to describe this sound, but when you feel it, nonetheless, that's right. You feel it rather than you hear it. And that sound most likely being the fucking thumping of your heart going up, avoiding these fucking volatiles, who in the dead of the silent night break with their horrific roars. And then, well, them, of course, chasing you. And when you try to parkour your way close to a safe zone, you have to haul ass there, and I have to say the parkour mixed with the dead chasing you concocts a very adrenaline-inducing chasing gameplay loop that is not only terrifying, but also fun as fuck. Another scary element with the following DLC introduces cars, and well, being chased by volatiles in the dead of night while driving is just as scary while being chased parkouring. Although the most terrifying part of the gameplay at night is the difficulty of trying to kill one of these volatiles. Literally, the only way we can defeat them is by one, surviving the night like a fucking G,
Oh, where you going? Come here.
or 2, blowing them the fuck up.
What you up to? Oh, you don't speak, do you? You a mute? They cut your tongue out?
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
2 sweet seats and what else?
100 dicks.
Oh, I can get some shit off this guy. A landmine? Okay, I didn't know that was in this game. Oh, I bet I can blow up a fucking volatile with that shit. You hear that? Do you want to blow up a volatile? Huh? I want to blow up a volatile. Oh, we're blowing up a volatile. Okay, hold on. It's Wabbit season. Or volatile season. Oh, he's right there. This motherfucker. Sup, bitch? Alright, wait. Hold on, where are we planting this though? Oh shit, okay, I guess we're planting it now. Sup, bitch, come on. Come on, hit that mine, boy. Or just hump the tree, what the f—
They with the rat pack.
Oh shit.
Outside of what the gameplay and sound design of Dying Light contributed to the core themes of horror and loneliness, is exacerbated with the horrific soundtrack. It's composed of plucky 80s sounding synth chords and pads, along with complex repetitive patterns that kind of remind me of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Zombies and Spaceland soundtrack, mixed in with creepy sounds of violin and guitar strings, with fluttery sounding pianos and 90s sounding drums. That all mix into categories of various themes that I personally named and think that these tracks invoke. The themes being loneliness and hopelessness, spacey unknown, and running away, shitting my pants, the theme. I'll come back to these themes in just a second, as I want to talk about some of the sources of inspiration and mindset that went into making of this game's soundtrack. Composer Pavel was inspired by the idea of 80s zombie movie soundtracks and the idea of breaking the rather generic formula of movie and horror soundtracks used when composing music. Quote, horror movies are usually dominated by a dissonant kind of music. While it's present in Dying Light 2, I didn't want it to be the only kind of music in the game. I demanded melodies. And the whole soundtrack consists of adrenaline-inducing tracks that you can put over any footage of a horde of zombies chasing you that just makes the game even more scary. Exhibit A.
Okay, hang on. We're gonna like Get off my car, sir. Excuse me. Get the fuck off my car.
Outside of the adrenaline and high-octane energy arrangements of the tracks in the soundtrack, there are many tracks featured that invoke the feeling of loneliness and hopelessness. Take the tracks Breakdown and Revival. Breakdown opens with somber piano and layered with daunting violin strings that continue for the rest of the whole track. Just like Breakdown, features the same instruments and some lonely-sounding synths that lead to the most depressing final 30 seconds of the track. And an interesting track, Passage, blends with the unknown space theme, and what makes it interesting is the build-up it has in the first minute. And what makes it interesting to me is how it can come from making you feel like you're in the unknown and then lonely at the same time, creating a rather eerie feeling to the whole track. And speaking of unknown space theme, the whole of it really does a nice job of making you feel like you're Crane and lost in the hellhole of a city. Now, overall, the soundtracks and themes did a great job at making the atmosphere of the game spooky as fuck, and at the same time, downright eerie. I believe that the soundtrack is a big reason for why this game is scary. The pianos, violins, and the synths, to me personally, mainly are the big reason why. The piano mainly due to the spooky ass sounding chords, violins cause for how long they last, playing those piss drenching notes, and of course, the synths present that from the jump set the whole tone of the game. So, after talking about everything that I wanted to discuss in this video, it's time to figure out what makes this game so terrifying. The sound design of the game makes for a great haunting aura that draws you in, with the creepy sounds of the zombies to the horrific screams of the nearly indestructible volatiles. Well, until it's daytime, they kinda get the demon treatment, but the creepy factor of this game is also amped up to 10 when you face the creatures of the night with nothing but a flashlight and an extra pair of undies, cause you're gonna need it when you're being chased by the wildest creatures and even players playing as them. To the soundtrack that perfectly encompasses the whole themes of the game. So in conclusion, and in my opinion, what makes this game so terrifying is the blend of everything that I already talked about. Techland has done an amazing job at making this game's horrific aspect so perfectly balanced. From being chased by the dead in a car, to the loneliness of standing on the roof, listening to the wind and groans of the zombies, watching out to the nearly touchable outside world that borders this hellhole. That makes this thing so much more lonely and terrifying.